I used to consume a lot of motivational content, podcasts, YouTube clips, quotes on Instagram, anything and everything I could get my hands on, I would consume. And don't get me wrong, it felt good in the moment. I'll feel fired up and tell myself this time it's going to be different. But for me, it would fire me up and then fade just as fast. Just like opening a can of Coke, the can Coke effect, where you open the can and it all fizzles and then it dies down. But a few months ago was the first time that everything actually just clicked, and it wasn't motivation. And that shift has quietly changed how I work, how I train, and how I'm rebuilding my life. And let me tell you the realization moment for myself. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast clip where he said something like this: forget motivation, you need discipline. And if you know his content, you know what I mean. But for some reason, that's when the penny dropped for me. Because when I look back on my past attempts of all the ways I've tried to make money online, I've realized something really uncomfortable. I was motivated. In the beginning, I was excited. I had ideas. I believed that it could work and this is the next best thing and I'm going to become rich with this. What I didn't have was the discipline. The moment things got boring, slow, or I got stuck on something, I couldn't figure it out, I just moved on to the next thing. New idea, new method, new opportunity. So the issue was never motivation. It was that I didn't have the discipline to stick with it long enough to see it work. And that's when I reframed discipline completely. Discipline isn't punishment. It's not being harsh on yourself. Discipline is actually self-respect in action. And this is what it looks like for me in my life. I work 2 jobs. Some days I'm tired. Some days I don't feel like doing that little bit extra. Yeah, I still go to the gym. It's not because I'm motivated or I'm excited, but because I've decided that's what I'm going to do from now on. And the key for me was this: I've stopped giving myself excuses to talk myself out of things. I've stopped negotiating with myself every day. No more, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I've had a long day. I'll start properly next week. I've simply just removed that debate from my head. And the strange part is, I'm actually a lot more happier because of it. There's less internal conflict. There's less that mental back and forth in my mind. And that in itself is just exhausting. And for the first time in a long time, I've started to trust myself again. And here's something that I've learned the hard way. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your own trust. It might seem small at first, skipping that workout, avoiding that hard work, or avoiding just any work, procrastinating, but it all just adds up. And the opposite is also true. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, even a small promise, you strengthen that trust within yourself. And that's not motivation, that's identity. You start to see yourself completely different. Not as someone who tries, but as someone who said that they will do the thing that they said that they will do. And that shift is quiet. There's no hype, there's no big announcement, but it's powerful. Don't get me wrong, I don't think motivation is useless. I just think it's just a little bit misunderstood. Motivation is the spark, but it's not the engine. It gets you started, but it doesn't carry you through the boring days, the days when there's slow progress, or the moments where nothing seems to be working for you. Systems, habits, and discipline are what keep you moving when motivation disappears. And that's what's allowed me to stay consistent with work, with the gym, and now with rebuilding my income online with tools like AI. So if you're waiting to feel ready, confident, or motivated, you might be just waiting forever. Start with a small promise that you can actually keep. Not 10 and not a complete life overhaul, just the one, because that's where everything changes. And if you're rebuilding too, with your income, your mindset, or your life, then you're in the right place. If you found value in this video, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that like and share button as well, and I hope to see you in the next one.